Welcome to Table for 92. Element number 15, phosphorus. It's number 15 because it has exactly 15 protons within its nucleus. For phosphorus, we're making the simple but absolutely delicious Rotel cheese dip and homemade tortilla chips. We all know Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, right? Well, that's the title of the book for Americans. The actual title was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but the marketers were afraid Americans wouldn't actually know what a Philosopher's Stone was. Really makes me proud to be an American. The Philosopher's Stone was a mystical process in which you could turn base metals like lead into gold, and this was all done by alchemists back in the Middle Ages. But it turns out the discovery of phosphorus wouldn't have happened unless Henrik Brand in 1669 hadn't been looking for the Philosopher's Stone. For some reason, he thought that it could be found through the distillation of urine. Urine. He must have used deductive reasoning like, well, my urine is gold colored, and gold is gold colored, therefore, urine has gold in it. He clearly wasn't drinking enough water. Turns out, though, phosphorus makes up 1% of the human's total weight, and so he accidentally discovered this by evaporating urine, hopefully his own urine, and found this white element that glowed in the dark and named it phosphorus, which means bringing light from ancient Greek. We now look back on this as the first chemical element discovered by a scientist, but Henrik Brand was unaware of that fact. He was still working with the idea from ancient Greece that all matter in the universe was within the four elements: earth, air, fire, water. Phosphorus is not important to tortilla chips, but is extremely important for the jiggly Velveeta cheese. So, you can't make the dip without making the chips. You just can't do that. Phosphorus is incredibly important in the food industry, from growing food to being used as an emulsifier, as fertilizer, right? For example, it's a complete necessity for any agriculture, like phosphorus, nitrogen, and potassium. Those are the three key elements you need for food production. And before the population boom of the 20th century and the advent of mega farming, phosphorus, which is, necessary for agriculture, would either naturally be found in soil or added through organic matter like compost, animal manure, or human manure, which was also called night soil, which sounds a lot better than what it actually was. But yeah, throughout the 19th century, night soil was getting outpaced by fertilizers made from mining phosphate rocks. And of course, one of the greatest achievements of humankind, the flush toilet and sewage management systems, right? But that meant all of this night soil wasn't being returned to the land. And in Les Miserables, Victor Hugo actually bemoans the fact that sewage systems are being built and night soil is not getting returned to its rightful place. And I quote, "A great city is the most mighty of dung makers. And if our gold is manure, our manure, on the other hand, is gold." While manure is still used in modern agriculture for fertilizer for phosphates, since the end of World War II, mining for phosphate rocks has absolutely skyrocketed to the point that we are actually now starting to run out of those phosphate rocks. Global reserves are not renewable and will dry up by the end of the century, according to current research. So, maybe Victor Hugo had a point. Well, let's make some Rotel cheese dip. If you live in the southern United States, you probably already know this recipe. My family is from Arkansas, and they've been eating Rotel dip since it was invented. Nowadays, phosphorus is widely used in the food industry as stabilizers and emulsifiers. Sodium phosphates are used to thicken processed cheese like Velveeta. Phosphoric acid is also found in many soft drinks. That gives it that tangy taste. I don't know, that's maybe what they replaced the cocaine and Coca-Cola with back in the day. But there's not a lot of phosphoric acid in soft drinks. It's like 0.2%. That's delicious. So yeah, phosphorus is essential for agriculture, gives Velveeta that jiggly texture, and Coca-Cola that tanginess. And we have Henrik Brand's dirty yellow urine to thank for the discovery of the first element in modern science. Thank you, and see you next time. So please like and subscribe. It's how I validate my existence, getting more subscribers.